Well, hello there! I haven't seen one of you guys yet in this series. I will definitely take it, though. Hello, Mr. Slimykins. I will take all of your slime balls. If you would please give them to me. Yeah, and you with the helmet. You gotta go. You gotta go, buddy. Oh, yes. Oh, who even needs the trees? I can just kill these guys all day and get slime? Yes, please. But anyway, welcome back, my beautiful builders, to some more All the Mods 7 to the sky. And today, we have a good bit of work to do. We are going to set up some ore processing today. But not only that, I also want to get into a new source of power because as much as I like our going green initiative here with the solar and the windmills, it's just not a ton of power that's produced by them, so we need to definitely increase that, and I'm thinking we're gonna go with a reactor from Powah. But before we start trying to create a reactor, I think that we need a dedicated area for the reactors, and I'm kind of thinking this area right here is very empty, obviously, and it may be cool to just kind of drop down into the floor here and have our reactors kind of underneath us. Since this up here is going to be our main area where we hang out most of the time, having something like this that just kind of flows with the shape of the building but is still a little bit out of the way, and I completely missed that. But something that's a little bit out of the way but still, you know, close enough that we can check on it often. I think this could be a really good spot for our reactors to sit. So another thing that I know that I'm going to need is clay. Clay is going to be a big component of making these reactors, so I came up with a pretty simple solution here to automate the clay making process. And basically all we have is dust being filtered down with item pipes into some barrels, and those barrels are being filled with water from the sink from the Cooking for Blockheads mod. And then we just have 3 player simulators that are set to click empty, so they're just constantly right clicking on these barrels, and then whenever the clay pops out, the absorption hopper is picking up the clay and putting it right here in this drawer. Very simple setup here, not difficult at all to make, and all I have to do is provide it with dust, which it looks like I'm out of. However, I'm at a little over 500 clay. Yeah, I think that I'll be good for right now, plus all of the clay that I already have in the system here, which is about 165. So let's start making this reactor. Okay, so based off what I can tell, it looks like each one of these reactors from Powah actually build on top of each other. So if we start here with the reactor starter, we will start off with 250 FE per tick. That's not bad, but once again, not great. But it's pretty simple to make. We just need uraninite, which is very simple. All you have to do is smelt down raw uraninite into the basic uraninite. Perfect. So that's really easy. I'm going to get some of that smelted up in our netherite furnace here. And then we have to have basic capacitors. We need the tiny versions, which means we need regular capacitors and just craft them up. And these are pretty simple to make. We just need iron, dielectric paste, and a block of redstone. Dielectric paste is just coal, clay, which is where I said we're going to need a lot of clay, and then blaze powder, and that gets us 16. So that's not too terribly bad. And then the dielectric casing is dielectric rods and iron ingots. And the dielectric rods is dielectric paste and iron bars. So we're going to need quite a bit of iron for this, it looks like. But that's okay. I have plenty of it. I just got to have to smelt it up and craft some. But what I meant by these things build off of one another is, let's say that we want to get to a reactor basic. So a reactor basic is going to generate 1,000 FE per tick, which is pretty good. However, we need 4 of the reactor starters in order to make 1 of the reactor basics. Or actually, no. Actually, we don't need 4 to make 1. We need 4 in order to make 4. So that's actually a pretty good conversion. That's 1 to 1. We're going to be changing 1 starter for 1 basic. Is that going to stay consistent all the way up? It does. Ooh, this isn't going to be as bad as I thought, actually. I thought that this was going to get exponentially harder. Huh. Okay. I'm down with that. That makes this a lot easier. Ooh, energized steel. How hard is that to make? I don't know. Whatever this energizing rod is, I guess, is what we need to make. Glass, dielectric. Okay. No, that's not going to be too hard either. Okay. Wow, this may actually be pretty easy. Alrighty, so the reactor starters actually aren't too hard to make. However, we're going to need 36 reactor blocks total. And the way that I know that is I actually made the Powah manual. So if we go into the reactor setting, you can see this is what we're building. And it says to build it, you will need 36 reactor block in your hand and then place them in a 3x4 placement area. And then the reactor will complete building itself automatically. So we just need 36 blocks and we can continue upgrading them over and over again. So I need some more tiny capacitors here, but I mean, overall, I think this is actually going to be pretty easy to upgrade this. So 28, 32. So we should just need one more craft of this. And there we go. There's our 36 for our reactor starter. Now we can go ahead and head up to the reactor basic. And we're basically going to need 36 of these basic capacitors. And that's going to cost 2 of the regular basic capacitors. Okay, so 36 times 2 is 112? Did I do that math right? I don't know if I did that math right. We're going to need a lot of these. We're going to need a lot of these. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. Alrighty, so I now have 36 of the basic reactor, but I want to go even further to the hardened reactor. And let's see what this is going to cost. More uraninite, that's not a problem. We already have the basic, so we just need these hardened capacitors, which is going to take basic capacitor larges as well as energized steel. Now this is what I'm a little bit concerned about because it's going to cost 10,000 FE to make 2 of them, and I need this energizing orb. I'm not entirely sure how to make this, so let's go ahead and make one of these, and I guess we'll just, let's see, we need the energized, so it's energizing with Powah, and let's just make one of these guys and power it. Let's go and set it up over here. We'll direct connect it to our energy source, and I guess I just... there's no menu? I'm right-clicking and it does nothing. Okay. Well, let's just go and grab gold and iron and see if I can just right-click it into there. Okay, well, I can definitely right-click them into the energizing orb, but nothing is happening here. So I think that I am missing something. Let's see. Storage and transfer. Let's just look for... Aha! Here we go. The energizing orb. So... Oh, it looks like we do have to have some of those rods. Okay. All right, let's go make some of those. Whoa! Check this out. Check this out. All right, so this is the energizing rod, basic, right? And if I go ahead and I right-click the gold and the iron into here, we're going to get a little light show, and boom! Energized steel. That is super cool. All right, I'm gonna need I think I'm gonna need 36 of these energized steel. Now this does take a lot of power to actually work, I believe. Yeah, 10,000 FE in order to work. So we're gonna have to watch our network here just to make sure we're not completely killing it. Make sure we're not completely destroying our saved energy, but I think we should probably be fine. Yeah, just because we have 2 million already saved up, so I think we'll be fine here. And actually, I did that math incredibly wrong. I need way more than 36. Alrighty, so we now have hardened done. All 36 blocks are made. Next up is blazing, and this is where I think things are going to get a little bit more difficult. So if we go ahead and check this guy out, not bad. Once again, we need the hardened reactors, but we also need blazing capacitors. And these guys look easy at first glance, but then you're like, oh, blazing crystal, what is that? Well, I thought the same thing. I thought this was going to be some type of blaze powder thing, which it is. It is. We have to energize blaze powder. but it cost 120,000 FE per one. That is insane. That is insane amounts of power in order to make this one. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It just may take me a while. And honestly, I should probably upgrade this rod, but at the same time, I am a little bit scared that if I were to increase the energy output anymore, I would mess things up. I would mess up my entire power grid right now. So I think I may stick to basic tier, at least for the moment. Oh man. I decided to look ahead. And this is just gonna get even more ridiculous. 300,000 FE. Oh, we may actually not be able to do that one. Oh, okay. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna get as far as we possibly can with upgrading these reactors until my power grid just straight won't do it. Alrighty, and this should be all of the blazing crystal that we need in order to make the reactor. However, I am going to go ahead and upgrade this energizing rod to the blazing tier. I just upgraded it to hardened because this was taking a good little while, and honestly, if I'm gonna go to the next tier, which is the niotic, yeah, that's going to cost, I believe it's 300,000 that we just saw in order to make these niotic crystals, and doing that at 1,000 FE per tick is going to take a while. Doing it at 4,000, which is what this blazing rod does, 4,000 FE per tick, that's going to be a lot faster. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. This is still taking forever to do this. What you can do, by the way, you don't have to just stick to one rod. You can set up like 6 of these or something in order to do this crafting, but I'm not going to set something like that up right this second because I don't plan on having a gajillion reactors right now. I just want to get my foot in the door of reactors, and actually, let's see, 8 plus 4, actually this is all that I need. This is all of the blazing crystal that I need, so I can go ahead and take this out. There we go. And then I can go ahead and pick this guy up as well. So we can go ahead and make all of our upgrades that we need to make. But yeah, I don't plan on getting into a ton of reactors. Maybe eventually, if I want to get more than just one reactor set up, I'll go ahead and automate something to do with that orb. But for right now, not something that I'm super concerned about. So let's go ahead and make these guys, and we'll upgrade the rod immediately. So there we go, the blazing rod. And now we just need to upgrade the blazing reactor. And this guy is going to take all of those, just literally every one of them. There we go. And let's see, blazing, there we go. Does that make 36? Hold on. Blazing, there we go. 32. Oh, am I short? I think I'm short some. Okay, hold on. No, I have my blazing crystals. I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm missing the capacitor that goes in the middle. I was about to say, I know my math was correct. Okay, we're good. I need these guys. Let's go ahead and make 4 more of those, and I think that's all that I'll need. 2 more of those guys. Throw that in there. And now we have our 36 blazing reactor. Okay, perfect. I knew that I didn't do that math wrong. Now I need diamond. Yeah, 300,000 FE per tick, or FE in order to make one of these. I don't know how much FE per tick, but I'm sure it's not going to be pretty. I'm sure it's not going to be pretty on my energy stores, that's for sure. So, same thing, but even longer wait time. And honestly, this is feeling more like a test of patience more than anything at this point. Like, I'm just spending all of my time watching this little orb make these little crystal things, and yeah, it's not overly hard as long as my power network stays up, but it definitely takes a while. And this is the first craft that is actually taking a dent out of my energy storage here. Just a second ago, whenever I went over there, it was not full. It actually was taking a bit of a hit because we're only producing about 2,700 FE per tick, and we're powering everything over here as well as minus 4,000 whenever this thing is running. So it can definitely take a beating. I just have to wait every now and then for this craft to finish up. So after this craft is done, right, we'll just wait a few seconds. Maybe we'll come and check how this thing is doing. And as you can see, it's producing, trying to catch up. So it's definitely taxing. It's definitely taxing the energy system at this point. And to be honest with you, I'm actually kind of impressed with how well our power grid held up to this crafting. I still think that the next craft is going to be the one that does it in, but I mean, to be honest, solar and wind, not horrible. Not horrible. I mean, it ain't great. It ain't like what we're about to make, but it's okay. It is okay. All right, so we're gonna need 2 of these. Oh, and this is only giving me. Oh, this is only giving me 1 per. Oh, I didn't make enough then. Okay, let's see. Reactor. Let's see how many of these we can actually make. So we're gonna need a bunch of these guys again. There we go. I should probably just craft everything into these, to be honest with you, because we're not going back at this point. Let's go ahead and make these. And oh, I need to throw all of that in there. There we go. And now 16. Oh, but I have to make more dielectric paste, which I haven't had to do in a hot minute. So not horrible. Let's go ahead and make a couple of stacks of this stuff just because it is super useful. And 19 total. And that gets us up to 16. So not too bad. I did think that these made 2 at a time because it did make 2 at a time for the blazing. But yeah, I guess the crafts are just going to continuously get harder because these only make 1 per craft here. I do wonder, are these... Yeah, these are going down to 1 as well. Okay, so the next level is going to be 1, 2. And that's the one that we need 1 million. We need 1 million per to make one of these spirited crystals. This is the one that I think we're going to really, really struggle on. Okay, let's go ahead and let's continue making these diamond guys, though. Did I make... Oh, I didn't upgrade this guy. Let's actually upgrade him real quick, just because that'll help me with creating the rest of these. Let's do another one of these. There we go. And now, create that. And perfect. Okay, that should make the rest of this go a little bit faster while we make the rest of these. So there we are, the niotic reactor, or niotic. I'm not entirely sure how to say it, but that is 36 pieces of the reactor, so we can now build it. And honestly, I would like to go up even further. I would like to go up to the last level that I think we can theoretically make at our current stage, which is the reactor spirited. I would like to go all the way to nitro, but nitro is going to require, if we go to the nitro crystals, that requires nether stars in order to make, and I don't have any way to get those right now. So we're kind of locked off from this, plus it costs 20 million FE, but we can try and go for spirited. However, the spirited one may also be a bit of an issue just because it's going to cost 1 million FE per craft of these spirited crystals. So I think that our best option for right now is going to be 2 options, basically. We're going to go ahead and set up the niotic reactor, and we're going to take that 25,000 FE per tick that it creates in order to go ahead and make these spirited crystals. Then we can tear down this reactor, upgrade it to the spirited reactor. I think that's going to be our best option here, and probably the way that this is meant to be done. But I kind of went with using my my solar and my wind in order to get this far. At this point, that's not going to cut it. At this point, in order to make this, we're definitely going to have to set this one up. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's grab out the reactor pieces, and we're also going to need a ton of this uranite in order to get this thing going. I probably should actually smelt more of this up, but I kind of want to set up a better smelter, to be honest, as well. But anyway, 3x4. One. Oh. Never mind. I thought that I had to place the 3x4 first, but no, it's going to make the whole darn thing for me. Nice. Okay, now, just to make sure I can... Oh, perfect. I can pick this thing up really easily. Okay, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of space. You go ahead and build yourself again. You kind of didn't give me any more space. I'm still 1 block wide, but okay. That's fine. Whatever there, Mr. Reactor. Alright, so we just need uranite, and then we need some type of fluid coolant. I'm going to use water, so I'm going to grab myself a sink, which, turns out I already have one right here. And then we're also going to take some of these fluid pipes and the advanced pipe upgrade, and this should be enough to get this guy going. So let's go ahead and alright, sink, and then advanced pipe upgrade with the fluid pipes. So we're going to need the pipe wrench. There we go. And throw this guy in. Now, I'm hoping that this is going to move enough fluid to actually keep this thing semi-cooled off. Now, we can also add in snow or ice or something like that in order to make this thing even more efficient, and I may actually want to do that. So we can do that using the atomizer, just like we did previously. So if we do atomizer, we can make water with this guy, and then we can do... I think there's actually a second way to make ice, if I'm not mistaken. So let's look up ice, and one way is actually faster. So... is it the compactor? I think the compactor is what we already use. Okay, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it is just the compactor, which we're already using. Okay, I thought that there was another way, but maybe not. So compactor, we'll grab that guy up, and we'll use this guy to start making some water. So, or not making water, make ice. So we'll do compactor. Actually, let's give myself a little bit of room. And we'll do a fluid pipe once again out of here into here. And we'll have to configure that with the pipe wrench. This is looking for FE. Oh, this is... I placed the compactor down. Duh. We need the atomizer. There we go. Okay, so this is going to make water. We're also going to need to provide some power to it. But then this can go into the compactor, which we'll do with an, not an item pipe. Yeah, actually an item pipe. So we'll do item pipe here, compactor here, and then this guy will also need power. And I think we can probably make this pretty self-sufficient. So water is going to go into here, and then out of here, we want to send the ice back into the reactor itself. I'm probably going to clean this up a little bit later on, but for right now, this will be our very temporary setup anyway, because we got to tear down this reactor. Now we just need power, which, I mean, we might as well grab power from here, right? We're going to be making power anyway. Might as well pull it from right there. So let's get energy cables, energy pipes, like so. And let's come over here. And let's just run power straight into these guys. And can I just... Uh-oh. Huh. Okay. Is this guy not going to accept energy, or am I just not outputting correctly? Auto mode. The reactor will stop and start. Okay, we do want that on. But what I want is... Aha. We need exporting or extracting. Extracting on all faces? Yes. I think. I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. It's definitely not connecting here. So maybe I need to put some type of energy cell first. Or maybe this is what outputs power. Let's try this. So this may be for redstone signal. And the other thing may be a power output. So let's try here. Oh yeah, that connects up. Okay, perfect. So now I can just do like that. Give this thing some uranite. And... okay, we're making power. We're definitely making power. Is our coolant... guys, you're not making anything. Why are you not making anything? Because you don't have power. There we go. Okay, make the things. You're getting FE. That's making water. Water should be moved over to this guy. And then from this guy, we want to pull out the ice. So this is going... I think this is only going to make one piece of ice, though. Oh, we don't have ice set either. We have to set up that recipe. Ice. There we go. It's going to make the ice, and it should send it over... yes, as coolant. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And now we are generating a good amount of FE. Nice. We're generating 13,000. Now the max is much higher than that. If we go to niotic, let's see. The max, where's the reactor block? Oh, there it is. Let's see. The max is 25,000. Is that right? It says generation factor 25,000. So I'm assuming that is our max, or maybe that's just our... I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But we're making 12,000. We're making 12,000 FE per tick on this right now. So that is really, really good. Okay, now I do need to make sure that we have some uranite just sat away. So we need to be importing this. I'm probably going to do that for right now just with a storage drawer. And we'll load this guy up with uranite for right now. So we'll do... that, and we're just going to import this in directly for right now. I just need a hopper, or actually I could just use an item pipe. What am I doing? I don't need a hopper. Boom, and boom. And now I can stick that in there. It's going to autofill. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So now this thing is set up, and it is going to shut itself off whenever this gets down, or it's going to shut itself off now, and whenever we use up power and it gets down to 70%, it'll turn itself back on to get this back up to 100. Can you please go away? Why? Why are you doing this? You better have something amazing being traded in order to be so rude. You do not have anything amazing. You know what that means, buddy. You know what that means. You interrupted me, and you were extremely rude. Now all of you have to die. Okay, so now that this guy is set up, I can go ahead and just set a plug on this guy and configure him to the solar network. And this should be able to keep up with the next bit of crafting that we have to do. And by keep up, I mean it should... be close enough, I guess. So let's give it a try, and let's see. We need to be crafting up the emerald. The emerald, I don't even remember what those things are called. What were they called? At Powah reactor. These guys, the spirited capacitor that requires emeralds. I think I'm probably, to be honest with you, going to start by making the rod first, because transferring 1,000,000 FE is going to take a while. So having the rod made up, that should speed things along. And actually, this thing is keeping up with ease. With absolute ease. So I think that we can go ahead and upgrade all the way, and we shouldn't have any problems. Nice. Oh, we're going to have a close to full power reactor by the end of today. 100,000 FE per tick. That's gonna last us for quite a while. Alrighty, and I think I have everything crafted up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and tear down this reactor, and let's get our big boy reactor, the Spirited. Let's see. We're gonna have to throw those into there, and now we'll also have to throw those into there. 36 reactor, Spirited, absolutely beautiful. And I should be able to make this thing right in here. Are you going to build properly? Yes. Yes, it looks like it is. Perfect. And then everything should just need a hit from the pipe wrench in order to get back working. So just like this. And that should be working already. And I think we're good to go. How do you look? You look like you have uranium. You look like you have ice. You do need the redstone and the coal, though, which I probably should go ahead and set up something to auto-import both of those into the reactor. But, I mean, overall, we're looking pretty good. Oh, this is set up as an export. That's not correct. We need this the other way. We need this here and hit that side. Now... yes, uraninite is going in there. Perfect. So, our reactor is back online, and it is generating 82,000 FE per tick. 90,000 FE per tick it got up there for a second. Awesome. And I also do want auto mode on so that this thing cuts off whenever it is above 70%, because we don't need it running all the time, and that will save on our uraninite. So, that is very nice. I am kind of considering putting this on its own network, to be honest with you. Right now, it is just set up on the solar network, and I'm not entirely sure that I want that, but I don't know. Just something I've been thinking about. Just something I've been thinking about. I definitely want to chunk load this, by the way, just so that this thing stays A-okay and loaded all the time. Not that we go very far, but maybe eventually we will be. So, okay, this is perfect. Now I can go ahead and set up some processing. Some things that needed a lot more energy in order to be processed.